Hi, my name is Kelsey Stokes. I work at the law firm of Fleming-Nolen-Jez in Houston, Texas. I think one of the most common questions I get from both plaintiffs and lawyers alike is whether or not I'm a class action lawyer or when is this class action going to resolve. And I have to correct them that this is not a class action that I do, it's a mass action. And about the only similarity between the two is that there's one defendant, or maybe sometimes a few defendants, that have injured a lot of plaintiffs. But that's where the similarities end. So with a class action, you have to have very similar injuries. Perfect example of that is a blockbuster late fee. I guess blockbuster might be a thing of the past, so I just aged myself. But the point is that the injury is a financial one that happened to everybody, and so you can have one plaintiff representing several people in the class. With a mass action, everybody's injury is unique. While they are injured by the same, for example, medical device, they might have a different risk profile. They might be a different age, a different weight. One might be a smoker. One might be a marathon runner. Those differences make it impossible to certify as a class for one plaintiff to represent many, especially when you consider that their injuries are different. For example, you might have someone, let me just use hernia mesh because that's what I have focused on for the last 5 years of my career. You might have someone who had a ventral hernia, was implanted with a ventral hernia mesh device, and that eroded into their bowel, caused a fistula, caused catastrophic injuries. And then you might have another person who had an inguinal hernia, completely different part of the body, and that person has chronic pain. Maybe it might not be able to be removed just because it's in such a nerve-rich environment. So the difference there is pretty apparent, and we cannot treat those two plaintiffs the same. While they're both injured by a product that was made by the same manufacturer, their injuries are very different. And then especially when you factor in all of their potential comorbidities or lifestyle choices, that also makes them very different.